on the scale stage where I'm building up my own fund with leverage money, LPs backing me. And that's what, led me to be a, quote unquote millionaire.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Yeah. Now, something that hasn't reached these projects that hasn't reached this level of traction, let's face the reality, because for all our listeners that we have here, we want to be the more transparent as possible so they can actually achieve the goal. And this is the reality. And this is not only Anmol as a VC, oh, why he's like this, is the minimum standard that everyone out there, because those times, Anmol, that people will write a piece of paper and ask for millions to a VC like you, those times are gone, right?
Well, I think those times are still there, and people are very much anchoring towards that now. But I would like to say to everyone, and this is a big thing we in VC believe is, I will take a bang average idea with an amazing team any day over an amazing idea over a bang average team, because ideas are nothing. It's all about execution. So in the early stage, 50% of my bet is on the founding team. Can they do it? What is their background? I'm taking the hedge onto them. Can they execute it? That's why, VCs really like second and third time founders, because we know things will get hard, right? When you get into that situation where you have $2,000 left and now you have, your bills to pay and the company to run, are you just going to quit, or are you going to try and find a way? All right. So those are sort of the kind of guys that we sort of look out for.
So why you decide to become a tech entrepreneur on the first place? It's a very risky thing to do, right?
Yeah. No, very, very, very risky. I think, it's a very cliche statement, but I didn't choose to. I ended up here. I didn't choose it, right? This is where destiny sort of led me. So
Like me,
my
same like
background,
me. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
I've been forced to be in
My
business. I didn't have any choice.
that's how it is usually in business, right? You start at something else, 10 years later you're completely different sometimes, right? There, my background was very traditional, so I started in investment banking and wealth management. And I grew up watching obviously Wolf of Wall Street, so I knew I wanted to make a lot of money. And
Ah,
I knew there was no such thing as 9 to 5 millionaires, right? You don't make your millions working your 9 to 5, and
absolutely.
so I thought, let's start doing something on the side. So I started with venture consulting to begin with. So I was consulting tech founders, very small stage, like one or two individual, very small company, worth like 50, 60,000, and got really good at go-to market and scaling them. And
Wow.
then I was very active on the event scene. So I started to meet a lot of investors who were like, this is the kind of founder I want. This is the kind of startup I'm looking for. And because I was meeting so many startups, I started syndicating deals. I started, putting the investor in front of the startup and working on behalf of both and negotiating stuff, and started making money syndicating the deals. And then I realized I'm just giving away all the good deals. I need to be a part of it. So as I made money, I started doing angel investments. Then I built out a venture studio. We did bigger investments through that. And as I made more and more money, last year we facilitated about 55 million, right?
Wow.
People were like, you need to launch a fund. So, we did, and now we're building this 10 million fund, and we, backed three startups out of that already. So everything sort of just kind of fit into it. And this sort of goes back to question one that you asked me, it was like, what are the 5 ways? Know your solution, and, find your product market fit and be open to pivot, because, there's no way, you will stay on the same path. You will need to pivot. And that's what I did. I kept pivoting. And then the third thing that I mentioned about value was I just kept listening to what the market wanted. Right, the market wanted more of this. Okay, let's look into more of this. The market wanted more of this, and then eventually I ended up automating the venture studio stuff, and now I'm on the scale stage where I'm building up my own fund with leverage money, LPs backing me, and that's what led me to be a quote unquote millionaire.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.